most common questions I get from anyone is, what is my case worth? With the advent of these claims software programs like Colossus, everything has changed in the last 10 to 15 years. Before that, for about 40 or 50 years, what lawyers would do, and adjusters too, is they would sit down and they determine basically what the specials were. In other words, what the total amount of medical bills and wage loss was. And then they would normally take a number like 2 or 3 times the specials, and that would be what the total value of the case is worth. And in many pure tort states in the country today, that's actually still shorthand for how a lot of lawyers and insurance companies still settle cases. But what's happened is in the past 20 years, with the advent of Colossus and computer claims software that's now used by 48 different insurance companies, or almost 80% of the insurance industry today, things have changed. The insurance industry hired McKinsey Consulting Group, and they discovered that people who had been hurt in car accidents, who were represented by a lawyer, were settling their cases for 3 to 4 times more than people who were not represented. And that's why, for example, even today, there are a lot of adjusters who are being incentivized or being paid bonuses by their insurance companies to try and get to people as quickly as possible before they hire a lawyer and they're represented to try and get these cases settled. Since Colossus, there's now been a new development in a lot of these auto claim software programs as the computers get much more sophisticated. And what we can say probably, at least anecdotally, is that 3 to 4 times number is now actually more, depending on a couple new factors. And those factors include the insurance company's analysis of the financial viability of the law firm. For example, is it a solo practitioner or someone who they think might be struggling to pay bills by the month, or who doesn't have the kind of money to put $100,000 into a case that would be going to trial? And then even more important than that is the settlement history record and the trial verdicts and trial record of that lawyer and law firm. And those are the 3 new criteria that insurance companies are using, where if you are now represented by an experienced lawyer who has an established history of successful settlements and trial verdicts, in many cases you can actually recover much more than the 3 to 4 times number that the old Colossus software program was based upon. Now the inverse of that is also true. So if the insurance companies know that you're dealing with someone who is not an experienced auto accident attorney, or doesn't have a history of settlements or verdicts, or they know it's just been 10 years since that particular lawyer has been in trial, then they are now going to offer far less, because that lawyer has a history of settling cases short. And as these computers get more advanced, insurance companies know that.